Okay, welcome to Talking Neat. I am here with the rock band Sleep Signals out of Minnesota?
Minneapolis.
Minneapolis. Same thing, kind of. For someone from California, that's pretty damn close.
Yeah,
It's
got it.
like saying you're from Great Britain when you're really from Wales. You might get pissed off about it, but
Yeah.
figure it out. So, first things first, you guys need name tags.
Okay.
Because I'm not going
Name tag.
going through all this.
Okay.
You gave me
After the whiskey.
And Sharpies.
So you guys are currently on tour with Atreyu, Memphis, Mayfire,
Yep.
Ice Nine Kills.
Yep.
Yep.
How's it going?
That's going awesome.
I know you guys are
Well.
kind of the end of it.
Yeah, today's actually the last day of tour. But it's been awesome. Crowds are great. All the bands are awesome. It's been a great time.
Have you guys toured together before?
Not with any of these bands. First time with all these guys. I think it's the first time all these bands have toured
I think
with
so.
any of each other.
Yeah.
So a lot of us were meeting each other a lot for the first time. I think some of the other bands kind of knew each other a little bit. But yeah, it's been awesome.
So the first few days, it's kind of like everyone's keeping to themselves, and then by today, you guys are big family.
It's been pretty. Pretty friendly the whole time. Everybody was pretty, just friendly from the get-go.
Yeah.
And we've had like some little tour family events and stuff. Kind of helped foster that, I guess.
Ice cream party.
Yeah, we had an ice cream party at one point in Portland. We had a Thanksgiving get together and everything for Thanksgiving. So
That's
yeah,
nice.
it's cool.
So an ice cream party, you guys just load in the van and go to Baskin Robbins, or
No, the TM actually had hit up. What is that place called? Salt and Straw. In
It's based out of-
well,
Yeah.
there's one down here actually too. I
Yeah,
think, in
yeah.
the LA area. But they hit them up and they got us like 20 different flavors of ice cream, and they just provided all the ice cream for our ice cream social is what it was called. And we had it at the venue before the show. It was awesome.
oh, very cool.
Lots of weird flavors. It was
Yeah.
cool.
Oh, so it's like one of those artisanal
Yeah.
type
Very much.
places.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
what are some of the more bizarre flavors?
My favorite was the blue cheese pear. It was pretty
Really?
good. Yeah, it was good.
Interesting.
I mean, that sounds like it might be good in a salad, but
No, it was good.
I think every one of those flavors is just ridiculous.
they were good.
What
Yeah.
I had was
Yeah.
good.
It's very unusual but good pairings. Like there was a strawberry, balsamic, black pepper. and
Yeah, yeah.
I actually really liked that.
That one was really
A couple
good.
I
gummy
didn't see
bears
that
in
one.
it. I was all set, man.
And so it's like you actually taste the flavors. It's not like where you get that, I don't know, watermelon in it. It's like, yeah, it could be watermelon type thing.
Oh yeah, you taste it.
So it's
Oh,
like the
right.
real
Yeah,
flavors. Wow.
it was good.
Yeah.
Like there was honey lavender. And
That sounds more like an ice cream flavor.
Yeah, well, it
Or
was
could
kind of
be.
like a very, very delicious laundry detergent. That's how the best I could describe it.
And
It's
you
the
know this
lavender.
because
Oh,
you're popping those Tide
That
Pods.
Tide Pod challenge, yeah.
absolutely, man.
Don't do it.
Yeah, we do
Do
not
a code.
condone the use of Pop and Tide Pod.
So we're gonna start out with Prize Fighter.
Oh.
So this is we're pretty much doing Rise today.
Okay.
I'm not sure if you guys are fans of Rise. I'm not.
I'm a fan of whiskey.
I'm a fan of whiskey. Rise probably the bottom of my list, but I do like some. So we're gonna crack open the Prize Fighter Irish. So this one's made in Skibbereen, Ireland, and they bring it over here in the barrels, like oak barrels, and then they throw it in rye barrels. So it's not really a rye, but it's finished in rye. So you got a lot of the. It'll pick up a lot of the. Tastes like lawnmower clippings and wet wood.
That sounds awesome.
The perfect flavor profiles for any whiskey. Use.
All right.
Cheers.
Cheers, gentlemen.
Yep, there's the lawnmower clippings. Wet wood. Yeah, this one's kind of smooth. I mean, it's got that Irish style where they just blend the fuck out of it.
It's not bad.
Nice.
It's decent.
Yeah.
So the band you guys are still touring on your EP from last year.
Yeah, we're an independent band, so we don't have a label. Everything that we do is very grassroots, organic in terms of growth and distribution and everything. So we're still pushing that EP, and it's exciting for us. We just hit Billboard for the first time with it on this tour 2 weeks ago. So we're really stoked about that. It's a big accomplishment for us being an independent band.
So the album's still selling.
Yeah.
If I can't do math at this point, but 58 weeks later, you hit Billboard.
Yeah. I mean, this tour has definitely helped us out with that. I think we've sold about 2,000 hard copies on this tour alone.
Wow, that's actually
So it's
really
awesome.
good.
Yeah, for sure. It's like I said, for an independent band, it's a big accomplishment.
Even not an indie band. I mean, like a band on Century Media or Victory Records.
Yeah.
I mean, to sell 2,000 on a tour, that's a pretty big number.
Yeah, we're excited about it for sure.
Yeah, definitely. So now, as an independent band, I've known lots of indie bands, but they were indie because that deal never came through or the right deal never presented itself. Are you guys looking for...
I mean, we are and we aren't. We're always looking, but we're not going to just settle for a crap deal, you know? If we get a deal that we like, we'll do it, but we just haven't had an offer that we've felt comfortable with yet. So we're happy to continue doing the independent route, and we've been had relative success with it so far. So we're happy to keep grinding away the way that we are right now if we don't get the right offer. So.
So this is Few, distilled and bottled in Evanston.
Wyoming.
Okay. It's Illinois, so maybe I got the
Never mind.
Evanston. Yeah, I said it right.
Yeah.
I'm from Illinois.
Are you?
Yeah.
So I think Evanston's by Chicago.
Evanston is by Chicago.
I don't want to mix.
I'll be good on this. Alex needs some. Cody probably needs some.
So this is a straight up rye. So it's a bit stronger, but
Jerk, yeah.
Yes.
That is pretty strong. I did it though.
so now it seems like every tour you guys go on, you got a few new members to debut.
To an extent.
Maybe not that bad, but
No. We've gone through a fair amount of member changes, but it's again, we're an independent band, so it's we're not making tons of money, and it's difficult to keep guys that can consistently tour and not make money. So it's just a lot of people think they want to go live in a van for weeks at a time, and
people actually think that.
Yeah, they do initially, and then when they get
With
out,
5
and do
other
it,
guys.
they find out it's not what they think it is. And but yeah, we have a pretty good lineup right now. We're happy about it, and it should be one that sticks around for a while here.
So this is hopefully the band that's going to be on the next album.
Yeah, for sure.
This is the band that will be out there.
I mean,
Yeah.
if we're getting free whiskey, then You're not gonna get rid of me. You're sticking around.
We're already starting to do a little bit of writing for the next album and stuff. So this will be the lineup for that album.
So now with a bunch of new members, I mean, how do you go about writing a new album? Because it's different members than you had for the previous one. So it's not like a continuation where most bands would kind of go. It's now almost like, here's our whole new band.
Sure. I mean, historically, I've done most of the writing for our first 3 albums. So, I mean, I think it'll be a little bit more different with this album because I think everybody will be a little bit more involved with the writing process of it. So I don't necessarily think it has anything to do with like different members or anything like that. I think it's just a different approach that we're looking to take with this album, and it'll just have a little bit more input from everybody versus just myself. So I'm excited about it. I'm excited to have I think we'll write a better album. I think we'll write better music, having everybody kind of contributing. So
it's not like a hard thing to kind of, because you got to basically let go a little bit to bring other people into the writing.
And I mean, that's never been a problem for me. I've liked people to be involved in the past. People are just lazy sometimes. But at the end of the day, we want to write songs that we're proud of. We want to write songs that are the best that they can be. And I think everybody understands that, regardless of how much input they're putting in individually or whatever, like at the end of the day, we all want to bring these pieces together, go through them, write the best songs that we possibly can. And everybody, I think, I don't want to put words in people's mouth, but I feel like we can all be happy, just if we write good songs. That's what's important at the end of the day, is writing good material. So.
Yeah, and I think like a couple of us are newer to the band, but we're not newer to music. So like just having that extra input is always going to make something a little bit more unique. And then we just all kind of go in with the understanding that we want to write our individual pieces that serve the music, and not necessarily, just because we want to throw something interesting in there. I mean, Clay is an absolute monster drummer, and he could put all kinds of crazy fills in, but he understands that you want to write something that serves the song more than makes him look flashy and awesome.
I mean, there's a balance. You want to make sure you're having fun and kind of catching the people who like that kind of stuff, but at the same time, if you're not serving the core of the song, it's not worth doing.
So we won't hear a 9-minute drum solo?
No, not from me.
You
heard
it here first.
I'll give it a shot.
Cody will do it.
Yeah.
Clay's doing the 9-minute guitar solo.
Yeah. Right.
All right, we'll do it at the same time. It'll be the hidden track on the album.
So are there things that you guys are currently like kind of just wheels spinning, thinking of like bringing to the table different hooks, different melodies, different?
Yeah, I think we're always working on stuff like that. I have a whole phone full of weird oddities where I'm just humming stuff into a phone. I'll get an idea and just kind of like lay it down on a phone, and half the time when I get back to it, I don't remember what I was trying to do. But the other half of the time, it's usually a good hook or a good melody or something, and we'll write around that. I mean, Sean's got his interface and laptop. We've been kind of trying to lay down some riffs and stuff when we come up with some song ideas.
So this is Cherrywood Rye out of Sonoma. Personally, I think Sonoma should stick with wine, but we'll see. So what they were trying to do with this one is they finish it in cherry wood barrels. So they're trying to get that, I guess, a Manhattan flavor.
Yeah.
Where you take whiskey or rye whiskey and maraschino cherries. I don't know.
Interesting.
Yeah, I really drank too much.
no! Party foul.
Rye whiskey before this.
So which one? This one?
That one.
So I'm assuming we smell cherry, taste cherry.
Yeah, I can smell it, right?
Well, I used to build cabinets, so I'm quite familiar with cherry wood myself. I make tons
So
of cherry wood cabinet.
see if it even smells like cherry wood.
Cherry.
Yes, it does.
It does, yeah. It almost smells like lacquer too.
Yeah. Is that?
I don't
what's
know
in
what that. The weird thing about whiskeys is you'll read like some review and it'll say like tasting notes are iodine, burnt leather, burnt hair, and like lawnmower clippings. But it tastes great. 5 out of 5 stars, and it's like. Really? And you taste it and it's like, yeah, I taste all of those things, but this is great.
Whiskey's a weird thing.
It is. It's. God, the.
See, we just drink a lot of honey jack, so
Oh, really?
it's a very fine.
Definitely taste the cherry wood in there. It's very pronounced.
Yeah, it is. I don't.
It's got more of like a roasted kind of.
Yeah, it's very harsh, though.
Cherry.
It's like just very
No, like wood. Have you ever
in your
eaten
face.
wood?
It's weird because whiskey is almost at the point where it's like a wine, like a fine wine.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Because I mean, everything's in barrels and.
Yeah, I've been to some whiskey shops in Ireland that were very, very serious about their
Oh yeah.
their whiskeys.
It's like a rough wine.
Yeah. So are you guys taking some time off?
At least a week and a half.
A week and a half
We'll spend,
for the holidays, and
yeah,
then
we'll spend Christmas with our families. And,
But we'll be writing remotely.
Be working, yeah.
We all kind of live in different states, so we'll start the writing process remotely, and I'm sure at least a couple of us will be working as soon as we get home, starting on the new album. But we'll take a little bit of a break from touring, at least for a while. We've been looking at some stuff already for early next year. We haven't locked anything in yet, so.
At least a few months out before we announce another tour.
Yeah. Well, at least a few months out before we go on another tour.
Yeah.
Could announce a tour at any time, you never know.
sorry, Sean. There goes your day off.
Here goes my day off.
No days off. Days off. What are those?
Yeah, we played 39 out of 42 days on this tour.
Jeez.
We don't know much about days off.
Yeah, we did a 35-day tour, then we had like 10 days off, and then we did this 32-day tour.
39.
39-day tour.
I mean, like,
I've
and
no
those
sense.
other 3 days on this tour, we would have booked if we could have.
Yep.
Yeah.
I always think it's funny when you're backstage at a show and it says, you are in Los Angeles. Today is like the 13th of May,
Yep.
2017.
It seems
and
super
you think it's like,
Actually.
what? Why the fuck is that there? And then you talk to bands and they're like, what day is it?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It definitely gets jumbled up pretty
Thursday
quickly on a
today,
tour.
Do you guys have any plans on getting out of the U.S.?
We definitely would like to. We still need to work on building up our fan base out of the U.S. a little bit more.
So it's not a visa issue with some of the guys? I'm looking at you, Alex.
Oh, no, we're good. It's that beard.
It's always a quiet one.
You're not wrong.
He's the guy
I
getting
think Alex is the one
stopped by
that travels
TSA.
the
I was gonna
most.
say I've probably been in other countries more than, well, maybe not Clay, but the other guys.
Maybe.
Yeah, he
maybe.
definitely
a few times.
he definitely travels.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'd love to. It's just a matter of finding the right tour for us to get over there, or building our fan base enough to where we can headline something over there. So.
Mm-hmm. So what do you think is like 2019? What are you looking to accomplish?
2019, I mean, the biggest thing is just getting this new album out, and then just touring as much as we can and playing in front of as many people as we can. We'd love to get onto another tour like the one that we're on right now. It's been huge for us. You know, again, not to wear out the independent thing, but you know, you don't see a lot of independent bands getting onto a tour like this with bands of this caliber, and it's definitely helped us out tremendously, and it's given us a really good boost for sure. So we'd love to find another tour like this, and just keep growing.
Mm-hmm. Very cool.
Yeah.
So we haven't heard much from you, Alex.
You're gonna get.
What's on your mind?
Oh, I'm just the quiet one in the corner, man. You know, I'm drinking some whiskey, man.
Alex just woke up too.
So
and
you-
started
Yeah, I woke
drinking.
up like when we got here. I was like, all right, where are we at, you guys?
You went to sleep and you were drunk and you woke up and you started drinking. Hell yeah.
That's the life,
Something
though.
tour life, man.
Yeah, tour life.
Woke up, I was like, my phone's dead.
So
I don't know what time it is.
You've got 30 seconds. You got 30 seconds. Everyone's going to be quiet.
Alright.
You can say whatever you want.
Man, I don't have anything.
Talk about Dirty Ball. Talk
Well-
about Dirty Ball.
No, I'm good.
Well, here's the thing about Alex, that he's the bass player in this lineup, but he's done other roles in the past, and he, besides Rob, he knows more of the music than anybody else, because he's played bass, he's played lead guitar, he's played rhythm guitar, and he's a very, very talented individual, and most people overlook that because he's playing bass, but he kills it every single night.
See, I always look at
That's why I
bassists.
love
They're always the quiet guy in the group, but they're always there's something going on with the bassist. I mean, they're the person you don't want to turn your back on.
That's true.
I mean, back in the '90s when I used to manage bands, it was always the bassist. You always kind of had to keep an eye on them.
Yeah.
They had to be babysat, but at the same time, the reason you thought they had to be babysat was they were plotting against you.
Alex is probably the nicest, least guy that you got to worry about doing anything crazy like that.
Yeah.
In a band, actually.
That's true.
So is he,
No
he
comment.
is he the guy that everyone else worries about because he can step into their position?
I'm definitely worried about that. Because I am not the best lead guitar player in the world by far, and
Neither am I.
Alex knows all the parts. So at any moment, these guys could just ship me back home.
Yeah, he's
Alex
on
could step in.
ice.
I'm sitting
Yeah,
here as a
I am.
strong rhythm guitarist. I'm not going for that lead. I'm sitting right in the middle.
Yeah, same thing. Sean could also fill in all of those lead guitar spots too, but he's got the voice of an angel. So why hold that back? Play rhythm guitar.
We
We
have
sing.
Alex sing too.
Alex is a good singer.
There you go.
Alex is the full package, and he's playing bass right
All you need is a drum machine. You're good. Set his back.
Sure.
So
So
what he's
it's
saying is Alex is going to be playing drums on the do-rag.
So it's basically just Cody and Clay who are at
Well-
risk of not being on the next tour.
we're the new guys for sure. The rest
They
of
are the two
lineup
guys
is
that
the-
live in Utah, and we live in the Midwest.
Yeah.
Utah.
For this
Yeah.
way, yeah.
We're working on that though.
Yeah, not for long. Band House.
Yeah, cold is cold, man.
2019.
Doesn't matter where it's at.
Band House.
Bandhouse 2019. Yeah, it's a thing.
That almost sounds like it's going to be some like seedy website.
It's just gonna be-
Bandhouse.com.
It's not a bad idea, actually.
It's a good way to generate revenue.
See what goes on when the band's
Constant
in the
streaming.
band downtime.
Yeah, streaming gets sketchy.
People want to know.
Yeah, what's that reality show where it's like
The
a
Real
house?
World?
Big Brother.
Big Brother. It's gonna be like Big Brother, but just us, like drinking beers.
Big band.
Big band.
Man.
It's the shitty 3-bedroom apartment. Someone's sleeping on the couch.
That works.
Wow.
I don't think many people are going to be putting their credit card numbers in to see a Five Guys. So
No,
never
we'll put
know,
it out
man.
there for free, but we'll put the link to our CD. So
That'll
There you go.
work.
There you go.
you know what? One of the best websites I ever saw was all it was a webcam at a like ASPCA. It was just a whole bunch of cats running around, and they had like little cat trees and all this stuff. And I used to just watch that all day long. I'd have like one monitor set up to where I could work. The other monitor was set up just to watch cats. And it was the stupidest thing.
Nice.
it sounds very therapeutic, though.
Yeah.
Definitely watch.
You know what?
Calm.
You didn't know the names of the cats, but you like people watching would start naming the cats. And so I had names for like all the 23 cats that were
Wow.
on screen.
There you go.
Yeah, I had a sad life.
No, it's okay. No, that allows someone to be a cat person without having 23 cats in your house. I mean, that's
I tried to
that's
have
the upside.
23 cats, but
That's a little sketchy.
I have a
man.
wife. But
Wow.
So, like, I think that's one of the coolest things about being a band at our level is that a lot of the times we will sleep on the floor of friends in various different cities. Like, we'll just hang out with them at their house and, you know, sleep on their floor and then go do the next show the next day. But like getting to meet various pets across the nation.
That's true.
And that's great because like me and Clay are big pet people.
Oh yeah.
It's cool because we meet a lot of really cool people and then we get to meet their really cool pets.
We say it's
That's all you care about is the pets.
It's really true.
It really is. It really is.
I had this puppy dog in El Paso that literally curled up in my arms and would not move the entire night. I've never had a dog not move all night.
so I take it Robert Sean and Alex hate pets.
That's the impression that they're giving you. Isn't
Yeah.
it?
No, I just
Pretty much.
I love
Those guys.
like
We're not as stoked as Clay is. when
no,
he sees a
yeah.
dog,
You
though. He's
get
like,
me
oh, shit.
get me a family with a dog, and we're best friends.
There was this one girl in like Florida that had a snake. It's like a
See, that's not really a pet. The snake doesn't care about you.
well, the snake.
I don't know.
You'd be
It's hard to
surprised.
tell.
You'd be
That's
surprised.
how it was shown.
So very affectionate snake.
So now we got Robert and Alex on the outside of the pet conversation.
Oh, so here's the interesting thing though. Rob is definitely a pet person.
He is the
Yes.
cat of the
He has the fanciest cat of all time.
He does.
Hairless?
No,
No.
it's just a regular cat.
That's fancy.
It's a Flame Point Siamese, but it's evidently very fancy.
Miles.
Yeah.
Miles is the fanciest cat. He's just a snuggle monster.
He's one of the most.
He
chill
just walks
cats.
around like he owns the place, and he pretty much does.
Yeah.
Top 10
See.
favorite cats.
Fucking
of all-
fancy.
Yes,
He
real
is.
fucking fancy.
See, I'm seeing the
Really
website
is.
now. 5 guys and a fancy cat.
Yeah, we're there.
That's the one.
Oh, there you go.
So any last words?
It sounds morbid.
Yeah, you're not gonna kill us. Right?
You never know.
Finish my drink
wow.
Oh,
first.
for the interview.
It was a good tour, though.
It was a good tour. That's a
Yeah.
good thing.
Had-
What were some good cities?
Chicago, Greensboro, Tampa.
So you actually remember the cities
Yes.
just from like when you're walking on stage, the
Yes.
thing on the wall, the
Well, we
note on the wall saying what city you're in.
No, we
There's
actually-
Not all
crowds.
venues have
We-
those, yeah, but
we played a lot of really unique and iconic venues on this tour, which was cool. So it helps.
Yeah, bigger
Like
shows.
you can see a picture and just know by the layout of the venue where it is. And
Yeah.
and we definitely like we were all across the country on this tour.
yeah.
And
I
you
think-
know, like from New York to Anaheim tonight, you know, within a few weeks' time, we saw what 2 weeks.
Yeah, especially like on one of our own tours, we wouldn't have booked something that far this was like a long stretch of a tour for us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We would usually keep it more like a West Coast tour and do 30 dates, or an East Coast tour and do 30 dates, and not do
Yeah.
a full
Pretty
US.
much hit all four corners. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, one of my favorites was Starland Ballroom in Jersey.
Yeah. That was a good
Kind
one.
of a well-known venue, and it
is.
was really fun. A lot of fun to play.
I think we remembered a lot of the cities by the crowds and stuff. Too.
Yes.
We go really far out of our way to try to meet as many people as we can at our shows. We don't hide in a green room or a bus. You know, we try to get out on the floor and talk to as many people as we can and hang out with as many people as we can, take photos, do all that, you know, stuff that, you know, people like to do, you know, with the band. And, yeah, I think we tend to remember a lot of crowds and a lot of people that we meet at each one of these shows, and that kind of, for me anyway, that really is a big distinguishing factor of whether I remember that city or that show or not.
Well, it definitely makes it worthwhile because at the end of the night, like the interaction with these various people all across the country, it's so fulfilling that it makes the whole thing worth it. And just getting to know people on a very basic level, you know, and just like connect on music.
Yeah.
It's very, very fulfilling.
And we, you know, we always hope to see a lot of the same people coming out to the next show, and you know, start to get a relationship with these people that we meet, and it's always awesome to see the same, you know, some of those same faces. Yeah, obviously we always want to see new faces at a show and everything too, but it's really cool to see those same faces, and you know, now they know the music, they're singing along, and it's really cool. It makes it fun.
Yeah.